Alright, let's talk about the final issue of Chip Zdarsky's Batman run. I'm going to say what I said on my League of Comics review. It is an underwhelming conclusion to an underwhelming arc. That's pretty much the summary. Everything in this book is just half baked. The entire arc is just half baked. The conclusions, the knots that are tied from in this book to the stuff that happened in the last couple issues, I just didn't care about it because everything was so underdeveloped that what the conclusions, it just didn't matter to me at all. This book is just a very average Batman comic book. And it shouldn't be that, considering this not only is this the last issue of a comic arc, it's the last issue of Chip Zdarsky's entire run that he's been on for 2 years. So you'd think he'd, I don't know, add a little bit more pizzazz to it, but I don't know, everything is just unfortunate. And I don't know whether to blame him, or there's been, like, I've heard that, like, editorial was, like, rushing him, and they were trying to push him out for Jim Lee, or I don't know, whatever. But all I could comment on is what's inside here, and what's inside here, not that impressive at all, to be honest. The first issue, The Dying City Part 1, was great. It really left me intrigued, like, I was very interested, and each issue just got progressively more bleh. And it all culminated with this one of an issue. You find out that the whole Bruce Wayne brother thing, he was just like testing him. It was just like a lesson, like, oh, you should be grateful for the position that you're in. That was like the whole point. Really, we're gonna introduce Bruce Wayne's brother for this. And again, it's like I can't even care about it because like it was relegated to like 2 pages per issue. Like there would be like a whole thing about Commander Star and Riddler, and then like the last 2 pages would be like, oh yeah, and then Bruce Wayne's brother is getting sued, like whatever. Like I just didn't care about it. And like on the cover, it's like, oh, it's the big battle between Batman and Commander Star, aka KG Beast, which we just learned it was KG Beast's last issue. And it's like, again, very underdeveloped, but you know, it's the big battle between these guys, and it's like 3 panels, like 3 pages. It was 3 pages, and the only reason Batman like stopped beating the shit out of him, like he chopped off his arm, like that's like Batman does that. Batman chops off people's arms. That's crazy. And like he was like beating the shit out of him. This panel is really cool. And like the only reason he stopped was like people were like looking at him and like, oh, this is not good. Like what? And again, Batman full on chops this guy's arm off. What the heck? And then what's the weird, like, probably my least favorite thing about this whole arc is Jim Gordon and the whole cheating thing. And they just double down on it. They're like, yeah, I did it. And Batman's like, oh man, how could I face him now that I know he's a cheater? It's like they're really like just going out at it. And to make matters even worse, Jim Gordon's like, yeah, I wasn't actually mind controlled for killing that one guy. I did it on purpose through my own will. What are we doing with Jim Gordon? What the heck is going on? I don't like this at all. I didn't even realize this until after I finished reading the issue, but this isn't even George Jimenez's, like, he didn't even draw this whole thing. It was like him and Tony S. Daniel, and I didn't even realize that. Like, it's kind of crazy. The art is great, though, and I wish George Jimenez was doing the whole arc. I don't know why it was like a new artist every issue. Like, this is the last, arc of Chip Zdarsky. Have him end on a bang, but, like, nope. Oh yeah, and don't even get me started on the whole, like, Commander Star being like, oh, these, like, rich elitist communists giving to the poor, we have to hang them, and, like, oh my gosh, it was insufferable. It just got worse and worse and worse. Each issue it just got more on the nose, and it just left me like, what are they even talking about? This is just too much. This is too much. Let's give it a rest, please. Yeah, this issue was not it for me. And honestly, the best thing about this issue is it raised my excitement for Hush 2 from like here to here, because it's like I need a fresh start on, like, I need something new. This has not been it at all. I haven't even read the entire Chip Zdarsky's run. I'm gonna read it at some point, but yeah, I kind of get the haters now. I wanted to like it. I really did. I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but this was just an incoherent, just like underwhelming mess, and I really want to believe that this is not his fault. I really want to believe that it was just the higher ups at DC being like, you gotta push along the story, you gotta end it here because we need space for Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. I really hope it's that, because this is really disappointing. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. My final thoughts on this comic book is what Batman said right after beating up Commander Star. I'm gonna read it. Quote, "It's a win, but it sure doesn't feel like it." I mean, I don't know. Yeah. So I'm really excited for Hush 2 next month. Good luck, Chip Zdarsky. I know you have it in you. I heard your mini series on Batman like 3 years ago was good. I heard your Daredevil stuff was good. I heard your Spider-Man, the Life of Spider-Man thing was great. I don't know what's going on, Chip. I don't know what's going on, Chip.